Hello, welcome, and thank you so much for joining us for a brand new series of In Conversation. I'm Charmaine E, and I will be your host today. Adulting 101. I love this topic. Why your savings are not enough. In the studio with me, I have two amazing gentlemen, and I can't wait to get into this topic. Adulting 101, close to my heart for sure. I've got, of course, host and actor with the Smart Local, as well as MediaCorp Zhin, Sadali, and a senior financial services manager from Prudential, Bryan. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me today.
Thank you for having us. One of the things I noticed that I was kind of like falling into was the fact that we tend to indulge in things that we cannot afford just to seem trendy or just to fit in or just to like really belong among our peers. And sometimes it's like among your peers itself, there are different people with like different financial capacities,
Yes.
I would say. So as in
background.
Yeah, or background. So I think at that point in time, or rather, one of the most common mistakes I notice among youths nowadays, especially myself, it's more of like really trying not to succumb to that peer pressure of like really branded goods. I mean, branded good is good.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you have to spend within your means. Like for instance, I think for me it was very different compared to my peers because when they were in uni, they were all about socializing. Like going for dinners with your team, with your hallmates, and like going for suppers. Whereas for me, I couldn't because I was just busy trying to earn money, and my responsibilities were very much different from my peers at that point in time. Mine was just like work and school, and that was it.
Because there's a transition between, like as a student, as a army personnel, to a person that you successfully got a full-time job. So the increase in the earning ability, has increased over this period of time, and then they start to indulge themselves into fancy restaurants. The funds that we set aside for rainy days can never hedge the inflation. So money loses its value over time. So therefore, proper allocation of your financial portfolio is necessary.
And beyond that, what would you recommend? Say investments, so not just savings, right?
We can look into low-risk investments, then look into what you are confident in investing. Yes, so there are a few investment tools in the market that we can always look into.
Yeah, I mean, of course, you've got to assess how much you have, your starting point before you start, right? But savings, I would say savings is pretty key. But investments when you've got the spare, right?
To me, the whole idea of like really protecting your investments protecting your net worth. I just learned about it today, like right now, because I wasn't aware that I'm supposed to actually do that.
Right.
So I'm learning a lot too. But for me, it's more of like what kind of like risk do I want to take, and how much am I willing to lose? And the thing is, it depends on the different portfolios. And so when I look at portfolios, I see, okay, this is how this is performing at this particular month or this particular week. And then I will try to make a calculated decision and try to predict as to how much can I actually get in terms of like the returns when I actually invest this amount. And then that's when I will kind of really see, okay, how much do I want to put into this portfolio versus this portfolio? So it's like really not putting your eggs in one basket. And I mean, you can actually vary your choices, like certain portfolios which are high risk, you put in maybe a little bit lesser as compared to those that are of low risk, for instance. Yeah, and that's how I actually choose. I really have like a balanced, calculated decision. I put it all on the table.
Balanced portfolio, that's what you got.
My friend was the one who introduced me to investing and I think he was the one who encouraged me to start and reading up on investing when I was 26. So then having this community of like, or rather friends or circle of friends who are also investing really helps a lot, because at the end of the day, it's like you feel like you're not alone in this journey.
Of course,
And then we will exchange certain information, what they're investing on, what's good, what's up. And even if I don't have the time to read up, they will be the ones who like have all the updates.
So share the bullet points.
Correct. And it really does help because I think having like a healthy conversation about, okay, what type of investing should we go for next, really kind of sets your perspective in life. And those are friends that I keep.
Right, wow. One piece of advice for our friends who are watching right now. Maybe let's start with you, Zhin.
I think one piece of advice that I would give would be to understand that you are in control of your money. Whatever that you're earning, you are in control of it. And the thing about investment is that I would discourage people to be like me, aka afraid to learn about investments. Don't be afraid just because you don't know certain things. Don't be afraid just because of previous case studies that you read about.
Yes.
Because for me, I was afraid of like losing because of all the things I read in say articles, for instance, right? And the thing is, whatever those case studies are, they exist for a reason. It's for us to learn. So take that leap of faith, because you will never know what the outcome is or how it is going to be like for you if you don't try it, because everything is different for everyone, and this includes investments as well. Yeah. So just take control of your money and really make sure that you do your research. Don't skip like the hardship, I would say, because when you want to read up, it can be very like scary at first, very daunting, because
there are a lot of terms. I was about to say, there's a lot of jargon.
Yeah, like the terms are pretty huge, pretty heavy. So take your time with it, really understand what each term mean, and then if you're not sure, ask your circle of friends who are also investing, or ask your seniors, or if you have like a financial consultant, go and check them out. And then at the same time, the most important thing is really don't be afraid to just take that step forward and learn about something just because you don't know about it.
And I'm sure you make mistakes along the way and to learn from that.
Correct.
Ever put all your eggs into a basket? That's a very traditional way of saying in terms of investment, and that's very important. I guess balancing is the key. So to understand your own individual risk profile, your appetite, and what is the possible outcome of this risk appetite that you have.
Yeah.
Okay, so meaning to say that we have to imagine the worst outcome of this investment that you have made. Can you accept it? If you can, go ahead. If you cannot, then that is not where you should be allocating your money into.
Is there a right time or age to start investing? And if so, how much of our youth should we be spending on this aspect of investing? I'm gonna look at you. How much of your youth have you spent investing? You're still part of your youth. You're still in your youth.
I'm still in my youth. But honestly, I wish I started a bit earlier.
Okay.
And I think that's the sentiment that I get from all my friends who have started investing at the age that I am, which is like late 20s. That we wish we started earlier. And I think one way that we can actually think about it is more of like the moment you start earning, be it whether it is after national service, or be it whether you're starting your first part-time job, or say internship for the ladies. I think the moment you start earning a particular amount, say every single month, that is when you can actually start reading up and consider about investing.
I think there's never a good time to start.
Okay.
It's never a good time to start. So long you feel that you have interest in finding out more on the investment market out there, okay, you can start reading it first. And then the moment that you start earning, okay, that is when you do a constant investment into the portfolios that you wish to do. And then as gradually when you grow older, perhaps your income gets better. That's when you increase your investment value.
Right.
How you can cater your budgets into investment. So there's never a right time, but I guess it's a constant behavior that we should be leading towards this working life.
Save the entire way and keep investing for as long as you can.
Yes.
Sounds like what we're saying. Till next time, I'm Charmaine E, and from all of us at the studio, Zhin and Bryan, thank you again, gentlemen, for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
We look forward to seeing you soon. Stay well and stay safe.